you it's the same thing. When do you start your game planning towards your first opponent?
Yeah, I've always, I mean, like I said, we'll start sprinkling in looks for familiarity, but as far as nailing the actual game plan, we won't do that till Sunday.
Have any of the walk-ons stood out or even impressed you?
I mean, you know, the 20 we added are, I mean, they're still in shorts. I mean, I don't, you know, I can tell you there's a few of them threw up, you know. It's, you know, those guys, you know, that takes a long time to do, you know, so. But those guys haven't even started practicing yet. They got to go through the 5 days of, you know, non-contact. You got helmets only for a couple days. You put some pads on, you know, 3 or 4 days into it.
What have you seen out of a guy like Matt Morrow? And to follow that up, do you feel like junior college guys come in and really appreciate the opportunities they have more than guys who recruited to come right here?
You know, he's still learning. You know, he hadn't been coached, you know, but for 2 weeks now. You know, so he's gonna continue to get better and better. Should anyway. You know, and you know, yeah, maybe. You know, there's if their junior college experience was pleasant, and then they probably appreciate it a little bit more. If their junior college experience wasn't very pleasant, then you know, whatever. But I don't know. That's probably an individual basis more than anything.
Coach, we've talked a lot about individual position battles and stuff, but I mean, as a whole, are you seeing like the team chemistry is good, and I mean, there's maybe anything that they're breaking the team huddle on, or you know, common goals among the team?
I think it's been good. You know, you get into the point in camp where it's all the same. You get tired of each other, you know. And then this week's the hardest week of the year from just figuring out how it all works, you know, and balancing the two, you know. So I feel good about where we're at. From, you know, we got to keep pushing through it. I mean, a lot of it's going to depend on how today and tomorrow go from a practice standpoint. So, you know, I've challenged them all week to get better at football this week, you know, and get better at the daily grind and the juggle of being a student athlete and all that. So, you know, it gets to a point where you don't know how good you are, and you can't get any better until you play a game, which, you know, we're getting to that point right now. You know, next week we got to do a good job of preparing to win, you know, which, you know, offensively, defensively, and special teams wise, we got good coaches to be able to get those guys that message along to them. And then you got to line up and play, and until that happens, we don't know.
Dan, I think it's kind of interesting when you were recruiting Bowie at the very end. As much detail as you care, what happened there, and what did it mean to get him, not just the body, but I mean a good player too?
Yeah, it was. He was the most challenging guy to close on, you know. And Robert Gillespie did a great job of one, recruiting him and getting to know the family and getting to know the kid, and you know, had him ready to go until all the rumors started floating around about Robert going to Florida, which delayed his signing. And you know, Robert did a great job of just staying on the phone with him for 4 or 5 hours, and then once he signed, it was fun to watch Robert de-recruit him for a little bit because of all the pain and agony that he put him through for 4 or 5 hours. But then when we got him here and he started making some plays, we forgave him. I'm glad he's here. He's got a chance to be a good player. So does, you know, Dustin Garrison, and so does, you know, Bernard, and so does Dre. I mean, all 4 of them, you know, got some ability to be able to make some things happen, you know. And same deal, you know, you got to get them in a live situation to see how they can handle the crowd and handle the, you know, all the people and the live bullets and all that stuff. So, look, he looks good, but we got to get it done in the game.
Do you have a pecking order there right now that you care to disclose?
No, not yet. Depends on how they practice today. It could change on a daily basis, right?
People look at a position battle like that where there's that many people and nobody's established, and they say that you know, they wonder if it's because nobody's really shown you enough. Is it more that just, like you said, they've not taken the live snaps in a game, that they've shown you what they're capable of in practice, but you really need to see that next step to be able to say this guy's 1, this guy's 2? Yeah,
which I ask Robert every day. I mean, give me your pecking order, and it changes every day. So he's the one that's getting paid to be the running back coach. If his opinion changes, then so does mine.
They asked you about
junior college people appreciating where they are. Have you had a chance to appreciate the fact that you're now a head coach and came a little earlier, and is it been a lot different than it was and then you thought it would be?
I don't know. I don't think about it, to be honest with you. You know, I mean, we got our daily schedule, and you know, we have staff meetings in the morning, and we have film sessions, and then we have team meetings, and we have practice. So my day's pretty consumed with worrying about what the daily tasks are. You know, so you know, I don't know. I don't think much past that.
Day come, you think, when you'll sit back and have an off day and say,
when I'm old,
damn, this is nice.
I don't know. Let's worry about beating Marshall, right? All right, guys, appreciate it.